your loyalty lies with Lord Lucifer. You can't ever forget that.
She smacks her cheeks 3 times, and like a magical spell, all of her worries disappear. That always works. I'm not depressed anymore.
Ow.
You slapped your cheeks hard, I've heard that.
I did.
Oh, so you just have to smack the bad thoughts away.
Then they come back, with pitchforks and sulfur.
Ugh. Why do I feel so awful?
Because you can't suppress memories forever, they'll explode one day. The guinea girl slumps forward. Her head hits the desk quite hard, acting as if her last defense against everything she's trying so hard not to think about. Alas, the plan. Had a stroke.
The plan, the plan.
The plan failed as easily as Oliver's other harebrained schemes.
And why can't I stop thinking about... My mind is all jumbled. Who was I just thinking about?
Looking at the files once more, Zero tries to think a way to stay at the palace a little longer. Even just a day or 2 will suffice. In her mind, she weaves some tale about losing the file, another's about sleep eating her report, and...
I'll do anything as long as it works.
She knows that there's more work left to do, more than just dotting I's and crossing T's at work. Something's more important to her than simply being a good little worker for the main hill government, because...
I'm not ready to leave yet.
With the resolve fresh in her mind, Zero gets back to work, committing herself to it and hoping to keep her melancholy at bay. This is the wrong district to have those kind of thoughts in, after all.
That's that then.
She realigns all the papers into one neat pile, looking triumphantly at her finished work. It's all there and ready to hand in. Almost, anyway. The girl recalls Saleos mentioning that Anzun is usually busy in her office for a few hours at night. And there's still one place left in Zero to visit before her job is finished, namely the governess's bedroom.
There won't be much of a chance for me to sneak in.
And it may be a bigger task than she needs to take.
But there might be something in there that could turn this whole thing around and really make it into something that Lord Lucifer won't be able to ignore.
And by association, Zero will no longer be a thing her lord can ignore. It's a win-win situation with zero risk. If you don't include the constant death threats from Anzun and Zero's idiotic plan to walk straight into the lion's den to look for evidence that may not even be there, that is. But hey, what does she have to lose? Still on the fence about leaving, the auditor decides that now would be a good time to take a break. But she needs more than just fresh air and stretch her legs. She needs to be one bit of proof that her melancholy is simply the product of her romanticized delusions.
What? No, I'm just trying to take a break, like a normal person.
Zero is certain that the break will heal her body of all of its ails, including a sorrow-filled heart. Seeing another face will surely help her rest her worries. Anyone except Anzun, of course. At least the governors smell the deceit on her and grow suspicious. Anzun! Alright.
Go see Anzu anyways.
Yeah.
God,
Saleos, of course.
yeah. Because I don't want to hear what awful thing Gaki has to say.
Every time Gaki speaks, the age gate turns on. The door swings open, slamming right into the wall. The room's worth of shelves rock and shake the entrance to hell's one tiny-tailed Gimio.
Miss Gumaho?
Gumaho?
How'd you know?
Cameras. The girl glows, happy that by some instinct Saleos notices her.
Because you're the only one who is so careless about her surroundings.
Although it's usually Saleos' sense of smell that notices him, notifies him of Zero's arrival. Today, it's a sense of trouble.
It was just a wild guess.
You're really clever, aren't you?
Forgive me for
What
being
the balls?
skeptical, but is there a reason for all this flattery?
Nope. I don't have an agenda. Not today, at least.
That's concerning.
You should just accept the compliment. It's rude to question someone when they're trying to compliment you.
I know. I'm sorry. And thank you.
You're welcome.
Saleos turns back to his work, expecting Zero to get on with whatever she came here to do. The girl, however, doesn't move, instead lurking around the vampire's desk and humming tunelessly to herself. It's the combination of her pitchy humming and the lingering scent that makes Saleos put down his pen and turn right around his chair to stare at her.
Miss?
Yes?
Forgive me for questioning your intentions, but are you trying to exact revenge on me?
For what?
If this is... It's my understanding that you sometimes find my presence to be rather irritating.
I clicked twice.
If this is your way of trying to get even with me, then there's no need. I've learned my lesson, and
Irritating? What did you find irritating, Saleos?
I don't find you irritating.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Irritating?
You don't often hide your emotions.
You want to say that again?
Irritating, Saleos.
There you go.
Yeah, sorry.
You don't often hide your emotions very well. So again, I am sorry. I don't mean to call you a liar, but it's rather hard to believe that.
Oh, so... That's how I make you feel.
Zero's chipper expression becomes somber. Her tail is lowered to between her legs, and she gives Saleos an ominous, hurt expression. That only proves his point on how bad the girl is at making her.
I didn't mean to make you feel bad. Perhaps I'm just in a bit of a mood. There's been a lot of work to handle lately, and I've been rather agitated by Governess Anzu's sudden demands.
What kind of demands? Can I...
My apologies. It is none of your concern. I shouldn't have even mentioned it. I just didn't want you to think it was your fault. I'm just feeling a little fatigued these days, that's all.
Saleos rubs his eyes, pinching down the bridge of his nose, and he tries desperately to ease his mind. Sleep is for the living, but even the dead need a few moments to rest their eyes and think of nothing in particular, especially after all the vampire went through the night before. But he can't relax yet, not until all the souls have been cataloged away, sent to the head office for approval, and then manually re-entered into their own catalogs.
Thank you, narrator, for explaining his job.
Thank you.
Wow, that sounds rough.
The girl ducks her head down to look at the man's tired expression. Closely, the swish of her hair carrying her scent with it. Saleos' head suddenly throbs all the more at the gnawing as he gnawing begins to bothering his gut.
When was the last time I ate?
Are you okay? You look a little paler than usual.
Zero leans in closer until she's right under his nose. Unable to withstand the increasing pain in his head, the vampire quickly backs away, crashing into his desk and knocking over an ink pot. Black liquid spills all over his work and seeps through the folders on the desk, even ever spreading.
No! No! No, 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 no!
He tries to mop up with tissue, but it bleeds through the thin fibers and on his hand. And the more than he tries to control the mess, the more frustrating the whole situation becomes.
Let me help.
Ah!
Saleos turns her over, bloodshot eyes burning deep into her skull.
You see what you've done?
He spits, anger and hatred and hate embed deep into the venom of his voice.
But I didn't do anything. It was all you.
For the moment he says nothing. As the truth of the girl's words seep in, the man turns back into the kind vampire she came to know. But she can't simply unsee what just happened, even though she very much wants to.
Milady, I am so sorry.
Sorry for what? You didn't do anything wrong.
She says quickly, trying to ignore the reality of things. She's seen something she doesn't want to remember. And instead, she wants to recall how kind the man always is. Back in the Bleemer, he snaps off once, and he did something more terrible. He just got mad for like half a second.
Yeah, because he just fucking, like, lost all his work that he's been working on for, like, the last fucking night, probably.
Yeah, I would be mad too. I've been mad longer than that. I've been angry for longer periods of time. He recovered
very quickly. Like, that was a quick snapback.
That was a quick snapback. Yeah, I would at least gone on for at least another 10 minutes of ranting.
Like, fuck!
God, I hate everything! Everything!
I had to redo all of this work!
And she's gonna yell at me, and she's gonna shoot me with her gun by the sounds of that sound effect last night.
Yeah, remember when a gun just went off over in the office?
Instead, she wants to recall how the kind man always is, but the blemish and the inevitability is going. She's like harsh.
It was my fault. I distracted you.
Don't cry.
You crying now? You're such a whiny little.
Sorry.
Crying? Who's crying?
Zero laughs, scrubbing at her eyes as she feels a tear. Why are you crying?
I don't think she knows.
She's really got messed up, huh? Sure, Dan abused her or something? She isn't crying because she's scared, though. She just hates herself for coming here and seeing Saleos like this. First of all, she hates that she suddenly feels her nerves creeping up and trying to ruin everything. The auditor turns to leave, but in her haste, she crashes into the bookcases. The whole thing sways back and forth, knocking several books to the ground. Seconds later, several large folders come showering down on her head.
Move out of the way! Quickly!
And then she died. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you. Let's spin the wheel. Let's.
Yep. Spin the wheel. She's dead.
She's dead.
Oh.
Simple and sweet is the witch.
All right.
I see it do, and now
I was wondering when we were gonna get one of these.
I see it now.
Because like all the ones we'd gotten were like,
Chibi.
yeah, just chibi. There was one of them like pretty early on that I remembered, but I forget what it was. Why are you singing Unravel?
Because I feel like the music that should be playing right now. As if in slow motion, animal skulls, pieces of broken pottery, and bone start to fall out of a box. Saleos pushes Zero against the wall, shielding her from the falling artifacts. The man's body jerks can she die? Jerks as the objects all hit him on the back. A small, almost soundless cry escapes his mouth when the skull smashes to pieces against his shoulder. Saleos winces, but the pain vanishes when he notices Zero's dewy eyes staring at him.
Are you okay?
She nods, but neither of them move. The vampire's eyes shut, and he lowers his head onto the girl's shoulder. The tension from his irritation melts away with each inhaled breath that's saturated by Zero's scent.
Can I stay like this for a moment?
The blonde nods and is unsure whether he feels it or even understands the answer. Besides the sound of his breathing, Saleos goes quiet. She starts to suspect that he's sleeping, but then his head turns. His strange two-toned eyes peer at her.
Thank you.
She doesn't even know what she did to deserve his thanks, but she nods back at him. Zero finds it difficult to tear her eyes away from Saleos, to find the nerve to say what is way too obvious to herself, but apparently not to him, until the blush comes on her face and spreads to the man when he notices.
Pardon my... I didn't realize until... I'll just shut up now.
Saleos tries to pull away, but is pulled back into the tangled horn. His forehead smashes into Zero's head, and he starts apologizing profusely again, trying to futilely pull away, only to get even more, negated by the closeness. So he's just like
Agitated.
Agitated by
Yeah, like I think her hair's like tangled or something in one of his fucking horns or some shit.
Some strong hair.
Oh, okay, no, or it's a ribbon.
Wait, I think my ribbon is...
It's caught on your ribbon.
I was halfway through saying that.
He pulls on the ribbon, grabbing a chunk, and then actually pulls in her dress, grabbing a chunk of her long blonde hair along with it.
Ow! Stop pulling on my hair.
Oh, my apologies. Maybe I should...
No, just leave it alone. I'll do it myself.
Saleos stops moving and stands awkwardly close to the girl as he entangles her ribbon from around his horn. Neither of them try to hide their sighs of relief as they break apart, and then, looking at each other, their obviously relieved expressions, they both smile.
So, what is it that you came here for?
To see if you needed help with your work.
The pale man starts to chuckle, slowly becomes a full-bellied laugh as he realizes the irony of the situation.
Hey, why are you laughing?
You have literally done the exact opposite.
Yeah. I'm well aware why he's laughing.
You've literally done the exact opposite of what you came here for. God, you're lucky I'm horny. Zero stands on her tippy toes and puffs up her chest, glaring at Saleos, not finding the irony very funny. Irony is just one of the types of jokes that foxes don't like very much, especially since they're often the cause of said ironic situations.
Nothing. Just that you've probably failed miserably at your task.
The vampire continues to laugh. Slowly, laughter dies down. His head feels strangely lighter, less burdened by the thought of work.
Perhaps I should take that back.
And he would if it wasn't for how cute Zero's disappointed face looked. He just doesn't have the heart to ruin it.
Thank you.
For making your job 10 times harder?
For making me laugh a little.
It's hard to be happy about that.
Why? I thought it was a very good thing.
Not when you're laughing at me.
Ah, I suppose you're right. I'm sorry.
How sorry?
Really and truly sorry.
Saleos touches the girl's hand, too shocked to speak, but somehow not shocked enough to pull away. She stares at the man. It's enough to make a girl
Hungry.
Uh,
Yep.
Sound somebody. Oh, I thought that was a demon coming out. I was like, this is story gonna take a turn. She's about to kill him. The sound of her stomach tickles them. Is she really? Is she a giving out? She's about to grow 9 tails and kill him.
I
ate mother and papa to become one, and I have
God.
to eat again. The sound of the stomach tickles the pale man's warped sense of humor, and the whole room fills with the sound of his laughter once more.
Perhaps we should make our way to supper.
All right.
Fuck Saleos.
All right, here's your direction. I want you to laugh like a madman, but it shouldn't be like a cute innocent laugh, like a madman. Action.
Fucking hell.
That was not the right read for that. It should have been like, perhaps we should make our way to supper. Not cackling.
Perhaps we should make our way to supper.
Zero hangs her
Fuck.
head in shame. She wants supper, true, but what she wants even more is just to be ruined by her damn stomach. It's something that she may never get another opportunity to do once she leaves, and now there's a competition from which of Zero's holes is the biggest. The one in her heart or her stomach. The girl hasn't eaten all day, and yet the clear winner is her heart. Congratulations to those who guessed correctly. To those of you who guessed it was one of her other holes, please bleach your filthy minds. No! With someone like Gaki in existence, I am going to assume it's her other holes.
Yeah.
You can't say that, game, when you literally have this man who exists
That man exists.
as a character. Over the last 3 nights, Zero has eaten more food than she usually consumes in a month. As much as she wants to carry on feasting on a decadent spread, knowing that such luxuries are out of her reach in her own salary, she just can't find her appetite, which doesn't go unnoticed by Saleos, who's sitting beside her.
Perhaps something lighter would suit you better. Today's salad has a kumquat vinaigrette. It's very good. Wouldn't you agree, Callie?
It's not as good as yesterday's.
Who's
You're
cooking?
not helping.
She's not eating.
That does seem to be the case.
Perhaps she's dying.
One should not speak when they have nothing of value to say.
Perhaps our guest needs to.
I'm fine.
Zero says curtly, cutting them all off. She looks down at her plate as much as she wants to eat and put all their minds at ease. She simply can't find the strength to do it. The moment she finishes this plate will be the moment she's finished here. Although it's a tad hyperbolic, it's hard to find. Did that go up at all? Man, Saleos, you a hard man to please.
Yeah.
Think rationally when your heart weighs more than we're higher on Callie and we did that on accident.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Are you mayhap anxious about the fact that you'll be leaving us soon?
Zero feels embarrassed to admit it, especially to Anzu. She really shouldn't. She shouldn't feel this sad about leaving, but she just is.
My work will be done soon.
And then?
I'll be returning to the main Hell government to hand in my report. I promise not to linger longer than I must.
Why is that? Please, don't feel like you have to leave so promptly. I'm sure we'll all be sad to see you go. And it would be nice if we could give you a proper farewell. Don't you agree, Governess?
Of course I don't.
You can't actually mean that.
Why not? The only thing that's disappointing me is that her departure isn't sooner.
She has so many different personality traits going on in her life that I don't even understand her.
She doesn't. Her main personality trait is I want to fuck with everyone in existence.
The second one is I want to
even
fuck
if it's
everyone in
contradictory to everything.
existence.
Like I will have everything.
Yep.
I will fuck with everyone, despite the fact that like I need to do different things to fuck with each of them, and they don't work together.
Anzu's gleaming eyes slide over to Callie, waiting for the girl to chip in, and like she usually does. It doesn't come ever, so Anzu goads the girl for a better reaction.
And Carly feels the same way, I am sure.